Hello friends, are you someone who is suffering from Bell's palsy? Then you would have got this advice to tape your face. And the biggest confusion that people have is, shall I use a paper tape like this or else a kinesio tape like this? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you the difference between using a paper tape versus kinesio tape. Which one is better for you? Which one should be used when? And some pros and cons of using kinesio taping or facial taping in Bell's palsy. So let's get started. Friends, taping is a very important and integral part of rehabilitation process. Not just only on the face, but taping is used in different body areas to improve the positioning, to improve the lymphatic drainage and the blood flow, at the same time to prevent some unwanted movements on the muscles. With similar purposes, kinesio tape or else facial taping is used. But you will always observe that there is a contradiction between which one should be used, a paper tape or kinesio tape. The reason being the effects of paper tape versus kinesio tape are absolutely opposite. Hence, it's ideal to get a better understanding of this taping process and then only go ahead with the taping. So let's understand the difference between kinesio tape versus a paper tape. First, let's talk about the features. The biggest differentiator between a paper tape and kinesio tape is the fact that paper tape do not have elasticity. It cannot expand, it just stays as a paper. Versus a kinesio tape has elastic property, that's why it expands in nature. And the amount of expansion that you give or stretch you give to the kinesio tape determine the effect that you want on your facial muscles. The second difference is obviously the material. As the paper tape versus the kinesio tape is made up of either a cotton or else a synthetic elastic blend. When it comes to the primary goal, the paper tape use is more towards immobilization or else you can say limiting the movements that we don't want on the face. Versus kinesio tape can go little more different here, where we can either inhibit or limit a movement at the same time activate or facilitate the movement. Or you can say in that way, if you want to wake up certain sleeping muscles which are not moving because of facial paralysis, at that time definitely you can use kinesio tape. When it comes to paper tape, you will hardly achieve any result in terms of getting any kind of muscle stimulation or you can say muscle waking up effect. It will just mechanically hold a muscle in certain position, which is also very important in certain timelines. When it comes to flexibility, the kinesio tape has got high amount of flexibility. You can literally stretch it by the percentage that you want, depending on what results that you are expecting out of the taping. Versus the paper tape cannot be elongated, and that's why it has no impact in terms of gaining some rebounding effects that we want on the facial muscles. When it comes to skin safety, both the tapes are moderately good for your facial muscles. It's ideal that when you use kinesio tape, use the facial kinesio tape and not the body kinesio tape, because the level of glue that the facial kinesio tape has is lesser than the level of glue that the body kinesio tape has it. Same way, when it comes to 3M paper tape, the glue levels are not very high and that is fairly easy to use and rarely damage the skin. So, from a safety perspective, the 3M tape is much safer to use compared to the kinesio tape. Because if it is overused or wrongly used at that time, it can cause some irritation or troubles in the skin. Last but not the least, what is the best time to use what kind of tape? Well, the paper tape, as it's used for immobilization purpose, for night taping, this tape is far more effective and recommended. Versus when you are doing exercises, facial movements, at that time wearing kinesio tape and doing facial movements is good, because it will give certain level of guidance to your facial muscles in which direction to move. But again, this can get tricky, and that's why working with a therapist is something which is very important. There are a lot of people who ask in the comment section that please show how to do kinesio taping on the face. And the reason we deliberately don't create videos on showing kinesio taping on the face is because when it goes wrong, it can actually give you wrong impact or wrong result. It's a very precision based practice, and that's why it should be done under the supervision of a therapist. So if you are someone who wants to work with kinesio tapes on your face, it's very important for us to understand at what stage of Bell's palsy or synkinesis you are at. Is it even ideal to use kinesio tape at this stage? And if yes, either inhibitory taping or facilitatory taping. Which kind of taping we have to do? We have to make all these decisions. Based on that only we can test you. Now, there are some tips of care that you have to follow while doing any kind of taping. What are these? Let's have a look. Number one, whenever you use kinesio taping or facial taping, make sure that there is no extra ointment on the face. Your face should be clean and dry so that the glue on the tape can be applied well on the face. Second, the strip, the size of the tape strip should be adequate. It should not be too short, it should not be too long, because in both the scenarios, the results that we are expecting, we might not get it. Number three, the anchor plays a very critical role. Now, what is anchor? Anchor is the point from where we are starting and ending the tape application, and that changes the game and the use of taping completely. That's why anchoring has to be kept in mind while doing taping. Now, coming to the stretch, which is very specifically applicable on the kinesio taping, what amount of stretching needs to be done on the kinesio tape is determined by therapist. It could be somewhere around 5% to 10% to even 50%, depending on what are the results that we are expecting and what is the strength of the muscle that we are working on. Last but not the least is the removal. Some people very harshly remove the tapes. That should not be done. Make sure that you wet the tape completely with some water and then slowly and steadily remove the tape from the face so that there are no bruises that comes on your face. So, if you who are someone who is currently going through Bell's palsy or synkinesis and you think that shall you use taping or not, please see a therapist who is experienced and expert in facial rehabilitation who can help you out to learn and implement the right kind of taping. Again, timing of taping also matters. It's necessary that everyone who suffers from Bell's palsy or synkinesis needs taping. There are stages of rehabilitation where the taping might be needed. So, please don't directly jump into taping process. However, if you are in the early stage of Bell's palsy, then I've already made a video on how to do taping on the face, especially on the eyes and the cheeks. Please check that out because that is safe and you can actually do it to protect your eyes, to get that stretch on the eyelids, at the same time get some support on the droopy cheeks. So, on that note, I'll end this video here, and if you need any further information related to your Bell's palsy or synkinesis or how you can improve it, feel free to comment in the comment section below. That will be our next video. On that note, I'll end this video here and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.